Some of you may get pregnant just from following the tips and action steps in this masterclass alone, because this system of working with root causes is so powerful.
Welcome to the Radiant Health and Wellness community. Throughout each video training and masterclass, we explore perspectives designed to empower you and activate your radiant health, wellness, and vitality. My name is Dr. Beata, and I created the Radiant Health Protocol, an integrative system utilizing 6 pillars to master your health and wellness from within as you make your body your ally on your journey to optimal well-being. This protocol is the solution for various signs and symptoms, stages of life, diagnoses, and conditions. Join us as we take a deep dive into just one aspect of health and wellness right now. And these episodes are for educational purposes only. Please consult with your physician or a practitioner before making any changes. Let's go. Your journey to radiant health starts here.
Hello and welcome to the Natural Fertility Masterclass. My name is Dr. Beata. This is for you if you want to conceive naturally and support your fertility, pregnancy, and beyond with holistic and integrative approaches. Fertility challenges affect millions of couples worldwide who want to bring life into this world and have a healthy conception, pregnancy, and delivery, and bring home a beautiful baby. Today, we're diving deep into the underlying root causes of infertility, which are gut health and emotional energetics. Some of you may get pregnant just from following the tips and action steps in this masterclass alone, because this system of working with root causes is so powerful. And even if you're not ready to conceive yet, the sooner that you start getting your mind, body, and soul ready, the easier time you'll have conceiving in the future. In this masterclass, we'll cover primary, secondary, and unexplained infertility and the associated conditions of endometriosis, PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome, hormonal imbalances, ovulation disorders, male infertility, and more. So make sure you watch throughout to explore the differentiation of all of these conditions, learn practical strategies and action steps that you can take today, and gain a deeper understanding of how to support yourself and your partner and your future baby. And throughout this masterclass, I encourage you to be interactive. When you post in the comments and in the chat and react or respond, you'll be able to remember more. You'll be able to incorporate more into your journey. You'll also help others feel a sense of community, and you'll help get this information out to even more people. So if there's someone that you know who would benefit from learning more about natural fertility, maybe it's a friend or a family member, a support group, take a moment and tag them and share, hit that share button to share with them. And if you are watching live, go ahead and do #live. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and do #replay and let us know where you're tuning in from, because fertility challenges affect couples from all over the world. And if you feel comfortable to, go ahead and share your journey so far in the comments so that we can build that sense of community. I'm going to share a little bit about my journey as well as we go through this masterclass. And if you're a practitioner who's wanting to learn more about fertility and how to support your patients or clients better, or maybe you're an individual who would love to become a practitioner and help others with their fertility, go ahead and put practitioner in the comments. I have a mentorship for practitioners or those who want to become practitioners to discover how they can use the Radiant Health Protocol, which we'll be going in depth into throughout this masterclass, to help couples conceive naturally and to transform the health, wellness, and lives of their clients, to access healing, save time and resources, and make a profound impact on the world. So also in the comments, let us know how long you've been into holistic and integrative health and medicine. Are you just starting out? Have you been exploring it for years? Are you a veteran or already a practitioner? And as we get going, I want you to know that I will be referencing my notes, but please do post questions and comments in the chat, and I'll make sure to come back and read and answer all of them personally. And I'll give you lots of resources depending on your needs. And this is just a disclaimer that this masterclass is for educational and informational purposes only and is not medical advice. Make sure you check with your provider and work with a practitioner before making any changes. So let's get started. Are you dreaming of starting or expanding your family, but facing challenges on your fertility journey? Imagine having the tools and knowledge to naturally enhance your fertility, empowering your body to conceive with ease, to have a healthy pregnancy, a healthy labor and delivery, and to bring a beautiful baby home. Welcome to the Natural Fertility Masterclass. This is an exclusive experience designed to help you unlock your body's innate potential through holistic and integrative approaches by delving deep into the Radiant Health Protocol, a comprehensive guide to achieving optimal reproductive health. This is more than just a masterclass. It's a transformative experience that equips you, and I'll guide you with practical strategies and actionable steps to support your fertility naturally. This masterclass is perfect for anyone seeking a natural approach to fertility, whether you're just starting your journey, looking to overcome challenges, or wanting to complement existing treatments. And some of you may have been on this journey for a while, and I want to send you hope that it's not too late, and that all of this is happening in divine timing and divine perfection. And I invite you to put your hand on your heart and really feel that. Know that it is possible for you. I know this because I went from not having a period, being amenorrheic, to optimizing my fertility and conceiving quickly. And I've helped clients get to the underlying root causes, conceive naturally, and have a healthy pregnancy and beyond. My name is Dr. Beata Harashim, and I'm a holistic and integrative doctor. I work with clients with all sorts of signs, symptoms, and diagnoses with the Radiant Health Protocol, and one of my areas of expertise is fertility. I help couples conceive naturally by addressing the underlying root causes that are blocking them from getting pregnant. And I've dedicated years to uncovering the actual root causes of infertility and how to address them holistically for optimal fertility and healing. So you don't have to waste time on trial and error. And if you're a practitioner, they don't teach this in school. Most mainstream doctors just haven't been taught this, and you won't come across this method in a typical fertility clinic or even with a functional medicine practitioner. It took me years of trial and error, even after my doctorate, residency, and fellowship, working with various mentors, learning and applying different approaches to fine-tune this system. And I'm excited to get the word out and help even more people conceive naturally, have healthy pregnancies, heal and achieve radiant health, and through my mentorship, help practitioners and those who want to become practitioners use this system to get even better results for themselves, for clients and patients, save time and resources, and make that profound impact on the world. Put practitioner in the comments if this is you. Now, through my daughter's journey with food allergies and my own journey of overcoming digestion struggles, amenorrhea, food allergies, autoimmune issues, hormonal imbalances, and more, I've developed the Radiant Health Protocol. It's a revolutionary system of 6 pillars that addresses the underlying root causes of infertility and other health conditions and empowers you to address these root causes, get pregnant, and bring a healthy baby home. Put a 1 in the comments if you want that. Lots of 1s. So in this masterclass, we're going to go in depth on the underlying root causes of gut health and emotional and energetics and how they relate to infertility. I'm going to share valuable insights and strategies that have been refined over years of research and practice. You're going to get a deeper understanding of infertility from a female and male perspective. We're going to discover the signs and symptoms to look out for, and we're going to explore differentiation of the different types of primary, secondary, and unexplained infertility and the associated conditions such as endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, hormone imbalances, ovulation disorders, male infertility, and more. And you're going to learn lots of practical strategies for conception and fertility. So make sure you watch to the end where I cover frequently asked questions, address myths, and you're going to get tips and action steps throughout the entire masterclass. I'm also going to present the Natural Fertility Roadmap. It's an affordable and powerful bundle that I've created just for you so that no matter what stage you're in on your fertility journey, you can start now. And I'm also extending an invitation to a discounted consultation for those who want to skip the mistakes, who want expert guidance and a custom plan, and who want to get pregnant faster by working together. With this, you get a holistic assessment and evaluation, a one-on-one consultation from which we'll create your individualized plan, get resources specific to you, and customized solutions. So with either the Natural Fertility Roadmap alone or with the consultation, if you want to conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and bring that beautiful baby home, put Roadmap in the comments and click below to sign up and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. It's currently 91% off for a limited time. Now, this masterclass is part of a full masterclass series. So we break down the underlying root causes of gut health and emotional energetics into the 6 pillars of the Radiant Health Protocol. They include holistic nutrition and nourishment, integrative detoxification, comprehensive gut health and healing, nervous system regulation, decoding the body, and emotional energetics. And the next videos after this one will each focus on one pillar of the Radiant Health Protocol with lots of tips and action steps throughout so that you can start transforming your health and fertility today. Comment fertility for the link to sign up for the entire free masterclass series, to get the bonus resources, and to make sure that you don't miss anything. And if this approach of addressing root causes resonates with you and you're ready to identify and address what will create the shift for you on your fertility journey and help you conceive with ease, put Roadmap in the comments, click below, and get the discounted support bundle and consultation to bring your bundle of joy home. Because the truth is that you can't achieve wellness and optimal well-being for not just conception, but a healthy pregnancy and beyond by only looking at one pillar, whether it is diet or gut health or inflammation or emotional energetics. That's where I got stuck years ago on my health journey, and I discovered you need a comprehensive, holistic, and integrative system. That's what I made the 6 pillars of the Radiant Health Protocol based on. Put a 1 in the comments if that makes sense, and put 2 in the comments if this is new to you, because we're all in different levels of our journey in different areas and stages. So for some of you, this may be new. And I remember when this was new for me, and I was just starting to open my eyes to the connections and the realization that we are quantum. Our body is quantum. So we can be eating all the right things, but if we're not dealing with our emotions or regulating our nervous system, or again, taking care of gut health, then we're not actually going to get resolution of signs and symptoms, and we're not going to achieve what we want to achieve, which in this masterclass is getting pregnant. We want to conceive and have a healthy pregnancy and baby and beyond. So what I've discovered is that the root causes, the underlying reasons for any signs, symptoms, or conditions are the same in each person, but they present themselves differently and to a different extent in each person. So when we're talking about fertility, some may have PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome. Some may have a challenge in conceiving in general. Some may have endometriosis. Some may have male infertility. And others may have had losses. My heart goes out to you. The root causes of all of these conditions are actually the same. And I love working with individuals and couples because that's when we get the greatest impact. And especially when both mom and dad are improving their health and wellness. But as long as one individual is ready to dive deep into natural fertility, then we can still make a profound impact. And I'm happy to help no matter who it is that reaches out. And before we jump into the information and the root causes, I want all of you to experience at least part of the system and the Radiant Health approach, because this is an experience. This is not just information that you're getting. And a part of this is understanding and getting clear on the difference that this experience is having on your life. So I have 2 questions for you. I invite you to grab a journal, grab a piece of paper or a pen, and just jot down whatever comes to mind for you first. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and pause. When you think of your current fertility journey, how is it affecting your life currently? Because we know that fertility challenges don't come in isolation. It affects relationships with our partner and others, our stress levels. It affects our mental and emotional health, our mental load. It affects the time that we have for our career or business. It affects our social situations and interactions, our finances, and the ease and the joy that we feel on a daily basis. So go ahead and take a moment and just jot down, how is this fertility journey affecting your life currently? And you can always pause the replay if you need extra time. And you can come back if you're watching as well. Now, the second question is, how would your life be different if you had clarity, confidence, and certainty on your next steps with your fertility journey? What if you had a roadmap with clear steps to follow? You knew how to nourish your body well for conception. You knew how to support your body for optimal health. And you can get pregnant with ease and have a healthy pregnancy, delivery, and bring that healthy and beautiful baby home. How would that feel? How would that transform your life? How would that transform your daily experience? And what would become possible for you? And what if you had the resources so you knew how to support yourself and your baby through a healthy pregnancy, and you had clarity on the steps to follow for optimal health and wellness and the best start to life? How would that feel? How would that transform your life? And what would become possible? And what if you knew that this experience on your fertility journey was actually setting you up to improve not just your health, but also that of your baby? And it's preparing you and your child for radiant health moving forwards. How would it feel to know that deep in your heart? How would that transform your perception of this experience? And how would that change your life? So again, you can pause, come back, jot down as much as pours out from you. This is where we start tapping into your heart, your soul, and we start really getting clarity about the importance of this, why this is a must. Because we've got some clarity now, but we need clarity on our why as well. This is what's going to keep you motivated and inspired, even when things get tough, even when obstacles get in the way. We need to be clear on our reasons, our why first, before we talk about strategies. Why is getting pregnant and bringing life into this world a must for you? So again, get that journal, and I have 2 more questions for you. On a scale of 0 to 10, how motivated are you to get pregnant today? 0 is you're not motivated at all, you don't want to get pregnant. 10 is you are so ready to get pregnant right now, today. You are going to do everything possible to get pregnant now and to conceive naturally. Whatever number comes to you first is absolutely fine. Now, the second question is, why didn't you choose a number lower than that? So for example, maybe you chose an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Why didn't you choose a 5 or a 4 or whatever number it was? Why didn't you choose a lower number? That is your why. That is why this is a must for you. And this is your answer. No one can tell you this. I can't tell you this. The answers are there and they are within. And this is what's going to get you through. This is your inspiration, your motivation. This is the reason why you know that you need to make a change today, not tomorrow, and not next week. And for those who sign up for the Masterclass series and the roadmap, you'll also get a special guided practice to go even deeper on your why. So make sure to put fertility in the comments and I'll get you the link. Now, I wanted to share a little bit about my story as well, because I mentioned earlier that at a point in time, I lost my period. I was amenorrheic. And if you don't have your period, you're not ovulating. And if you're not ovulating, you can't and shakes and meal replacements. I was even doing detoxes. But what I didn't realize is that all of these things that I thought were healthy, I was actually messing up my hormones and contributing to irregular periods, losing my period for months, extremely painful periods, and cysts, as well as other hormonal imbalances. And if you have an irregular period, that's going to affect your fertility as well. And if you don't have a period, again, you're not ovulating and you can't get pregnant. So the lifestyle changes that I thought were healthy were increasing inflammation. They were ruining my gut health, which is the orchestrator of our hormonal health and overall health. And it's so important. It's why it's so important that a custom plan is made for each individual. Because some of these things, if I did them differently or in a different way, and if I knew certain information that was relevant to me at the time, I would have made these healthy changes in a way that would have supported my fertility. And gut health is so huge. It is the underlying root cause and affects everything from mental health, our digestion, our skin, and fertility, especially fertility. So not to mention that at the time I was living in mold. I had tons of toxins in my food and my environment that I was exposed to. I had stress levels that were so high, and I didn't have any skills to manage them. And then there were so many emotions that I was experiencing that I wasn't processing. I was just pushing them down and suppressing them because I was busy. I didn't have time to deal with them. So eventually I was able to get my period back. But at the same time, in that part of my journey, I didn't realize the impact and importance of gut health. So through that journey, I worked through irregular periods and digestion issues, and I was able to conceive quickly and have my beautiful daughter. And when she was born, she had severe food allergies through my breast milk. And the experience awakened me to my own food allergies, autoimmunity, and the poor state of my gut health. It wasn't until then that I started connecting all of these pieces. I was awakened to the fact that gut health is way more than just taking a probiotic. I learned how to actually heal the gut, how to balance hormones, how to nourish our bodies with whole foods, how to detoxify safely even when pregnant or breastfeeding or in little ones. And I also discovered the huge impact that emotional energetics has on our health and how it's the biggest underlying root cause that no one talks about. With this invaluable firsthand experience, in addition to mentorships, my schooling, I created the Radiant Health Protocol and first began my private practice for other breastfeeding moms who had little ones with food allergies, colic, eczema, reflux, and more. And because of this, I have all the resources for you for once you get pregnant, for a healthy pregnancy, a healthy breastfeeding experience, and support for your little ones. So when you do get pregnant, come back and comment pregnant with lots of exclamation marks in the comments, and I'll send over the pregnancy information and resources and masterclass for you as well. And so while I was working with these moms, some of them had children that were older, etc., had food allergies later on, and they were telling me that the protocol actually helped them get pregnant. So soon I was working with clients who specifically wanted to conceive naturally, and some had previous losses, some had previous birth traumas that we worked through, and some conceived for the first time. The protocol, the Radiant Health Protocol, is the solution for any associated health conditions, concerns, signs, or symptoms, because the root causes are the same. They just present themselves differently in different people and to a different extent. Put a 1 in the comments if that makes sense. So the same root causes of food allergies, of colic, of reflux, of eczema are the same ones of infertility and fertility challenges. This is why the Radiant Health Protocol is so transformative. By addressing the underlying root causes, not only does fertility improve, but your entire health and wellness and well-being is optimized from physical, mental, emotional, energetic, and spiritual perspectives. It is revolutionary and life-changing, and I'm honored to guide you through the pillars today and train other practitioners so that this protocol can help thousands and even millions around the world. and you won't find this approach anywhere else. Fertility clinics focus on invasive procedures and treatments and medication, which at times can be successful, but it's not a guarantee. It's draining of resources and energy and time, and there are side effects. And getting pregnant is the first step. Then you have to be healthy enough to have a healthy pregnancy and carry baby to full term. So even if you are getting treatments, the Radiant Health Protocol is still going to be vital for you to work with your body and support yourself and your baby through pregnancy and beyond. And the Radiant Health Protocol is different than what you'll find working with other functional medicine practitioners or naturopaths. The protocol is very different and unique. Many, again, naturopaths, functional medicine practitioners focus heavily on supplements. Now, what you may not realize is that supplements are actually a toxin load for your body. And it's one of the reasons why I work with whole food as much as possible. With me, you won't have hundreds of dollars of supplements to buy each month. We're going to teach you how to use whole food to support your body, support your conception, support your pregnancy, support your baby. And again, if you'd like to learn more about the supplement myth, because supplements are made of synthetic ingredients. These synthetic ingredients, your body doesn't know what to do with them. It doesn't know how to absorb them most of the time. And again, they're actually creating more of a toxin load on your body. So if you want to learn more about this, go ahead and just type supplements in the comments, and I'll get you the free training that I have on it where you can dive deeper as well. Now, again, with these other practitioners, you're rushed because more than likely they have a new client coming in every 15 to 20 minutes, and they don't really have time to get you. They don't have time to get to know you, to really connect on an emotional and heart-to-heart level. Some of them may not be compassionate. Some of them may not validate your experience. And you also have to wait weeks or months for appointments, sometimes just to get in. And then other times, you may have an appointment from, 6 weeks to 8 weeks later. What about all the questions that you have in that time? What about all the decisions that you have to make in that process? Seeing a practitioner for 15 minutes or 20 minutes or even half an hour is not going to make a transformative difference in your health and wellness. You need ongoing support. And that's why I've created my protocol and my system so that you can get questions answered on real time. And I have support packages so that you never feel alone on this journey. I am here holding your hand through the process, giving you the resources, support, and information that is right for you and that you need. And I create my programs and system so that you can be heard. I hold space for my clients without judgment, and I work through the emotional energetics together. Because it is so important to work with those emotions. They are more than half of the root causes. And when we have these trapped emotions, they're creating blocks and they're creating stagnant energy that can be preventing you from getting pregnant. So with the Radiant Health Protocol, you get the nutrition, the detox, and the gut health support, but you also get a deeply healing experience. If you're not addressing the emotions on this journey and the energetics through your lifetime, you're missing out on half of the root causes. With the Radiant Health Protocol, you're guided expertly through gut health and nutritional protocols, safe and effective detoxification, even while trying to conceive or get pregnant, nervous system regulation skills and tools, as well as strategies for integrating and processing emotional blocks, stagnant energy, and decoding your body, because there's wisdom and innate knowledge within your body. So if you want to conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and bring that beautiful baby home, put roadmap in the comments and click below to sign up and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. It's currently 91% off for a limited time. So now let's jump into some of the logistics of fertility and how we talk about it, because our words matter. When we say I am infertile or I have infertility, we are confirming that subconsciously, and we are making that part of our identity. So you'll see that I'm very aware and conscious of using phrases such as working through fertility challenges, or I haven't conceived yet, or I haven't gotten pregnant yet, because these keep the possibilities open. and they are expansive statements. Instead of labeling an individual or yourself with infertility, we want to speak what we want into existence. So this is a big tip for you and something that you can start implementing right now. Become aware of how you speak about your fertility journey and your partners. Now, there's lots of terminology that I'd like to clear up in the fertility world. And one of these is primary infertility, which I refer to as we haven't conceived yet or we haven't gotten pregnant yet. This is when a pregnancy hasn't been achieved yet. And this can be for males and females. Secondary infertility, which I refer to as working on conceiving again, is when at least one prior pregnancy has been achieved and there are challenges with getting pregnant again so far. So this can be again for males and females. And no matter if you're striving to have your first child or you're longing to give your child a sibling, the desire for a baby is so strong. And it's often associated with a yearning to fulfill a vision that we may have, a vision of our family, of our dreams. And many people describe it as a feeling like someone's missing in their family. And there are emotional and physical ups and downs, regardless of whether you already have had a child or not. And the root causes are the same as well. And then there's unexplained fertility, which is, again, a term that mainstream and Western medicine, fertility doctors use, which I refer to as the underlying root causes haven't been addressed yet. This is, again, when mainstream doctors test and there's no obvious cause for fertility problems. And some of the tests determine that, they may have determined that there's no uterine abnormalities or structural issues with the uterus. Maybe they've determined that ovulation occurs at regular intervals, that the fallopian tubes are open without obstructions, that egg count is good, also known as ovarian reserve, that your brain is producing the normal levels of hormones needed for reproduction, and that maybe your partner's semen analysis is normal, where they look at the count, the amount, the motility, and the shape. And so if there are structural or physical abnormalities that come up with these tests, there is an emotional, energetic root cause to them. And there are still ways that we can improve ovulation, hormones, especially hormone levels for reproduction. We can improve sperm motility, count, and quality. We can improve egg quality. So even if you've had a positive on some of these tests, a holistic and integrative approach is still highly beneficial for you. Before getting tested in general, just a general recommendation, I recommend couples work on the underlying root causes of gut health and emotional energetics for a minimum of 3 to 6 months before getting these tests, because many do conceive in that time frame. And then generally it's recommended for couples who have been trying to get pregnant for at least a year, if you're under 35 years old, or if you've been trying for more than 6 months, if you're over 35 years old. But again, this depends on if you've been working on the underlying root causes of gut health and emotional energetics appropriately. And I make specific and customized recommendations when I work with clients to rule out the structural challenges, as well as order labs to decode the body. So if you want this customized care and guidance so that you can conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and bring that beautiful baby home, put roadmap in the comments and click below to sign up and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. All right. Now, let's talk about the next layer of root causes of these fertility challenges, no matter if they're primary, secondary, or quote unquote unexplained. So the first root cause that I want to talk about is hormonal imbalance. Now, this is directly related to the root cause of the root cause, which is gut health and inflammation, because gut health is what manages and orchestrates hormone balance, and it is also what improves inflammation. So gut health is the root cause of hormonal imbalances. And we're going to dive deeper into gut health during the second half of this masterclass. But so when we're talking about hormonal imbalances, again, this can present in males and females in a number of different ways. And like I mentioned earlier, the root causes are the same, but they present themselves differently and to a different extent in each individual. So in females, many are driven by estrogen dominance. In the integrative detoxification portion of the masterclass, we'll discuss how to decrease xenoestrogen exposure, which is synthetic estrogen, for both men and women, and more to help balance hormones. Now, a condition that's commonly associated with this is endometriosis. And this is where tissue that's similar to the inner lining of your uterus grows on other organs or structures in your abdomen, your pelvis, or your chest. The big signs and symptoms to look out for are extremely painful periods, painful cramping with periods, heavy bleeding during your period, pain with sex, pelvic pain, painful bowel movements, digestion issues such as bloating and constipation, fertility challenges, and more. Now, when we look at the root causes of endometriosis, again, they are gut health and emotional energetics. So when I work with these clients, we work together to balance hormone levels, we decrease pain naturally, we regulate ovulation, we improve egg quality, we decrease xenoestrogen and toxicity exposure, we decrease inflammation, we focus on holistic nutrition and nourishment, integrative detoxification, gut health and healing leaky gut, nervous system regulation, and decoding the body with labs and home tests that you do just for free based on things that we work through. So we also work through integrating and processing emotional energetics, such as the divine feminine and more. Next, the next condition that I want to cover that's so common is PCOS, or polycystic ovarian syndrome. This causes hormonal imbalances and metabolism issues, and is, again, very common and effectively treatable with holistic and lifestyle approaches. PCOS affects the ovaries and the process of ovulation, and it causes three major issues. So it creates multiple cysts in the ovaries, there's an increased level of testosterone, and you can have irregular and even skipped periods, menstruation. Mainstream medicine says that the cause for PCOS is unknown, and they link genetics as a consideration, which, yes, we have to take that into consideration, but they also link strong risk factors such as obesity, inflammation, and insulin resistance, which are all rooted in gut health and emotional energetics. Do you see the pattern here? Right? The underlying root causes of these root causes is gut health. It's emotional energetics. So research has shown, again, that link to estrogen dominance, which is hormonal health, which is related to inflammation, which is gut health. And then the signs and symptoms to look out for with PCOS are scalp hair, but excessive body hair, weight changes and trouble losing weight, headaches, insulin resistance, fatigue, acne, mood changes, low sex drive, and high testosterone in women. So again, when I work with these clients, we work together to balance hormones, again, to decrease xenoestrogen and toxicity exposure. We regulate ovulation, improve egg quality, we decrease inflammation, and work on weight loss when it's needed. We improve insulin resistance, we focus on holistic nutrition and nourishment, integrative detoxification, gut health, healing the leaky gut, nervous system regulation, and decoding the body with labs and free and home tests, as well as working through and integrating and processing emotional energetics such as the divine feminine and more. Now, PCOS is an ovulation disorder, but there are others that I want to mention as well. And these include having just irregular periods or abnormal menstruation, or amenorrhea, when you skip periods or you just stop having your period for a number of months or years sometimes. And also there can be structural abnormalities that prevent ovulation that we covered earlier. Now, the normal range for most women to have menstrual periods, that is to last 4 to 7 days. And a period usually occurs about every 28 days on average, but a normal cycle can range from 21 days all the way to 35 days. So you need to really tap in and get to know your body and your rhythms. And many things can cause irregular periods, right, or abnormalities in these cycles. So they can be changes in hormone levels, stress, certain health conditions, medications, and more. And we need to be ovulating in order to get pregnant. And when we ovulate regularly, it means our hormones are in a better place, which will make it easier to, one, time sex for conception, but also to have a better experience when conceiving, through pregnancy and beyond, when our hormones are regulated. Now, tracking ovulation is a technique that I go into more depth during the Natural Fertility Roadmap. And when I work with these clients, we work together to balance, again, hormone levels, to regulate ovulation, to improve egg quality, decrease xenoestrogens and toxicity exposure, decrease inflammation. We focus on holistic nutrition and nourishment, integrative detoxification, gut health, healing leaky gut, nervous system regulation, and decoding the body with labs and free in-home tests, as well as working through integrating and processing emotional energetics, such as the divine feminine and more. So if this approach resonates with you, if this is aligned with your values, your beliefs, and you want to conceive naturally, you want to conceive with ease, you want to have a healthy pregnancy and bring that beautiful baby home, put roadmap in the comments and click below to sign up and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. Now, I also want to talk about male fertility challenges, because that is, again, many people often think that it's just the women, but it's not. 50% is actually men as well. 50% of fertility challenges are for men as well. And now, how does a man know that he has some fertility challenges or that he's working through some fertility challenges? When you have repeated unprotected sex for over a year, but your partner still doesn't get pregnant, that's a flag or a sign, essentially, that there could be some fertility challenges. So one could be sperm problems, so including malformed sperm, low sperm count, and the absence of sperm in your semen. So these, again, have other root causes to them that we will work through. One thing that I'll just mention now is don't keep your phone in your pocket next to your testes, okay? That's just one thing. Wireless devices, they emit frequency that is affecting our fertility. It's affecting our sperm. We're going to dive deeper into this again in the integrative detoxification portion of this masterclass, but I just want to mention that now. There are also medical conditions such as diabetes, autoimmune diseases that can affect your sperm, as well as cystic fibrosis. And then there's certain infections as well as sexually transmitted infections. So we need to be aware of, what you may have had or what you have working through. There is also a condition called varicocele, where you have swollen veins in your testicles, and this again will affect sperm. And then if you've had cancer treatments, including chemotherapy or radiation, or if you've had surgical removal of your testicles, then that obviously will affect sperm count as well. But if you've had radiation or chemotherapy, again, we can support your body in some ways using holistic and integrative approaches as well. If you've had testicular trauma, and also, again, males can have hormonal disorders that affect our hormonal balance as well, such as the hypothalamus and pituitary gland disorders. There are also genetic disorders. And then what are, again, some signs and symptoms that men can look at? So having a body mass index or a BMI over 25 and being overweight or obese, being over the age of 40, having been exposed to radiation, exposure to environmental toxins, including lead and calcium and pesticides or mercury, and then using tobacco or marijuana or alcohol, and then taking certain medications, spending a lot of time around heat also. So things that raise the temperature of your testicles, such as saunas or hot tubs, can actually decrease fertility. And then if you've had a history of undescended testicles, again, the varicoceles that I mentioned earlier. If you've taken testosterone before to treat low testosterone, and then if you've taken anabolic steroids, essentially, or supplements containing traces of these hormones to increase muscle mass. This is one that a lot of people don't talk about, and I wish I could go back to my college days and let the guys know that we're at the gym taking these supplements, not realizing the effect that it can have on their fertility in the future. Now, again, no matter what challenges you have, we can always improve your health and wellness. And as long as it's not a structural challenge, such as, having your testicles removed or something significant like that, we can actually improve male hormone levels. We can increase testosterone naturally. We can improve sperm count, quality, and motility. We can decrease, again, xenoestrogens and toxicity exposure. We can decrease inflammation. We focus on holistic nutrition and nourishment, integrative detoxification, gut health and healing leaky gut, nervous system regulation, and decoding the body with labs, free and home tests, as well as working through and integrating and processing emotional energetics, such as the divine masculine and more. Now, research shows that there are lots of other conditions that are also related to fertility challenges. And these are conditions such as autoimmunity, celiac disease, diabetes, thyroid conditions. And when we really look at it, do you know what they all have in common? The root cause of this root cause is gut health, which relates to hormonal balance. So it is all connected. And again, you're going to hear me say this a lot, but gut health is what regulates hormones. So the gut health is where we really need to work. And then the emotional energetics can create energetic blocks, emotional blocks, which will go into depth as well. Now, other considerations are age. So for women, fertility begins to decline in our 30s because our eggs, right, our ovarian reserve starts to decrease just because we've had so many periods. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't get pregnant in your 30s and even into your 40s. I absolutely am here to tell you that you can when you optimize your body to be fertile, to be healthy, to be well. You absolutely can conceive even in those ages. Obesity is another one. Again, I mentioned earlier, but obesity is a consideration for both males and females. So there are, again, I have lots of support for you when we work together one-on-one for weight loss and healthy weight loss, but also as well, I have a mini course and lots of other options. So if weight loss is something that you want to focus on, go ahead and just put weight loss in the comments. Now, the flip side of that is also being underweight and over exercising or intense exercise. This was part of the issue that I had actually while I was trying to lose weight, which is such a conundrum in a way. But you can also have uterine fibroids. And that what I want to mention as well is it's all about, again, matching what's aligned with your body on where you are in your journey. So it is all about alignment and flow and ease. And when we start matching where you are in your journey and decoding your body for alignment, again, that's where all these pieces come into play, because I don't want you to think that exercise is bad and that you shouldn't exercise. No, it's about how do you do it in a healthy way that is in alignment with you. So some of the other considerations are uterine fibroids, tumors, again, autoimmune disorders we mentioned. So things like lupus or rheumatoid arthritis or Hashimoto's, again, that's thyroid conditions as well. Sexually transmitted infections or STDs, primary ovary insufficiency, and again, if you're going into menopause. And then if you have excessive substance abuse, so drinking, misuse of drugs, smoking, these are all things, again, just a tip that I can give in general. If you are serious about conceiving naturally, I really, really, really urge you to stop drinking alcohol, to stop smoking, to stop using marijuana, to stop using drugs. They increase your toxin load. Your body has to deal with those toxins instead of using its energy to create life. So I really, really urge you, again, this is a big action step, a big tip for you. These are the things that you need to do if you are serious about conceiving naturally. And this goes, again, for both females and males. You need to be together in this. And then also for women, if you've had a past ectopic pregnancy, that can create some challenges that we need to work through as well. So again, no matter where you fall on this list, when I work with clients, we work together to balance hormone levels. We increase testosterone naturally for men. We increase sperm count, quality, and motility. We decrease xenoestrogens, toxicity. We decrease inflammation. We improve egg quality for females. We focus on holistic nutrition and nourishment, integrative detoxification, gut health and healing leaky gut, nervous system regulation, decoding the body, as well as working through and integrating and processing the emotional energetics, the divine masculine, divine feminine, working with childhood wounds and other traumas as well. This is such an integrative and complete process that there's no way that you leave through this unchanged. Just watching this masterclass, you're transforming right now. So if you want to conceive with ease and have a healthy pregnancy and bring that beautiful baby home, put roadmap in the comments, click below to sign up, and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. And make sure to put fertility in the comments so you get that full masterclass series. Now, this concludes part 1 of this masterclass. I'll be back in about 15 minutes and we'll continue on with part 2, where we'll get even more specific with action steps that you can take for optimizing fertility as we dive deep into the root causes of gut health and emotional energetics and the pillars of the Radiant Health Protocol. I will see you soon. All right, welcome back. This is part 2 of the Natural Fertility Masterclass, and my name is Dr. Beata. This masterclass is for you if you want to conceive naturally and support your fertility, pregnancy, and beyond with holistic and integrative approaches. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, you don't want to miss it. Put fertility in the comments and I will get you the link for the full free masterclass series. Fertility challenges affects millions of couples worldwide who want to bring life to this world and have a healthy conception, pregnancy, and delivery, and bring home a beautiful baby. Today, we're diving deep into the underlying root causes of infertility, gut health, and emotional energetics. Some of you may get pregnant just from following the tips and action steps in this masterclass alone, because this system of working with root causes is so powerful. And even if you're not ready to conceive yet, the sooner that you start getting your mind, body, and soul ready, the easier time you'll have conceiving in the future. And I encourage you to be interactive throughout this masterclass. When you post in the chat or the comments and you react or respond, you'll be able to remember more. You'll incorporate more into your journey. You'll help others feel a sense of community, and you'll help get this information out to even more people. So if there's someone that you know who would benefit from learning more about natural fertility, maybe it's a friend, a family member, or support group, take a moment to tag them and also hit the share button. And go ahead and do #live if you're watching live, #replay if you're watching the replay, and let us know where you're tuning in from, because fertility challenges affect couples from all over the world. And if you feel comfortable, go ahead and share your journey so far in the comments, so that way it helps us build a sense of community. And if you're a practitioner who's wanting to learn more about fertility and how to support your patients or clients better, or maybe you're an individual who wants to become a practitioner and help others with their fertility, put practitioner in the comments. I have a mentorship, and this is teaching others how to use my approach, the Radiant Health Protocol, which we'll be going in depth through in just a couple minutes in this masterclass. And this is to help couples conceive naturally and to transform the health, wellness, and lives of their clients, to access healing, save time and resources, and make a profound impact on the world. So we're going to go into the root causes that the Radiant Health Protocol addresses, and keep listening throughout for action steps and tips that you can start implementing today. So the 2 major root causes of fertility challenges that we'll be working through right now are gut health and energetics, and all the parts of those. In part 1 of the masterclass, we connected these as the underlying root causes of the root causes of infertility. Again, if you haven't seen part 1, make sure you watch it, comment fertility, and I'll get you the link. So let's break these down. Gut health also encompasses holistic nutrition and nourishment, as well as integrative detoxification. And then emotional energetics also includes nervous system regulation and decoding the body. So let's dive into these and have you feel the difference. So emotional energetics and spiritual alignment is what we're going to start with first. And this is understanding the profound connection between emotions, energy, physical health, and fertility. We clear past wounds and traumas, align with your true essence, and tap into divine intuition for guidance. This is integrating the divine masculine and feminine energies and connecting with your higher power for divine guidance and trust on your journey. And I want to give you some examples because these are so profound. One client that comes to mind hadn't been pregnant before, and she felt that there was something wrong with her, or that she wasn't enough on a deep level. She wasn't worthy enough, or she just wasn't enough to become a mom. By working through these emotions, these limiting beliefs that she had, and the energies associated with those that lived within her body, the doubts, the worries, the fears, we were able to release and integrate the energies, and she was able to conceive shortly after and have a healthy pregnancy and baby. Another client had a miscarriage and had never fully grieved her loss. She had an emotional wound that had never healed. I held space for her and supported her through her grief and allowed the emotions to integrate and worked through supporting her until she was ready, and then she conceived again. And a different client had a profound experience during one of the holistic detox mini retreats. She experienced a previous birth trauma with her daughter, and during the retreat was able to process and heal that traumatic event and experience. And she's now pregnant, and both her and baby are doing great. And the holistic detox mini retreat and program is something that I still offer on a regular basis. If you're interested in that, go ahead and just type retreat in the comments and I'll get you the link for information. Over and over again, I work with clients who have had decades of all sorts of chronic conditions, digestive challenges, autoimmunity, hormonal challenges, food allergies, fertility challenges. And we start working through these emotions and energies, and they literally feel it in their body. I feel it in my body as well. And as we integrate these emotions, these energies, as we work through them and process them, they feel a distinct release. Now, what I want to also mention is that this is not re-traumatizing. You are not reliving any traumas or anything like that. I am a trauma-informed practitioner. But what happens is you feel a weight lifted off. You feel like you can take a deep breath. You feel free. You feel vital. You feel energy flowing through you when this is no longer weighing you down. And symptoms improve. Digestion improves. People get pregnant and conceive. Sometimes this takes multiple sessions, different techniques. Sometimes it happens very quickly and profoundly. But the energies and emotions living in our bodies are one of the root causes of our experience. There are techniques that I teach that you can use for yourself, your partner, and you can teach your child as well when they're here. Think of what a beautiful head start they get to life, full of emotional intelligence and tools. I wish I had that growing up. Put a 1 in the comments if you did too. And this process is acknowledging that emotions can manifest in physical and mental conditions. And by integrating and processing the energies of these emotions, we are freed up for optimal health, vitality, and well-being, and we can conceive with ease. Emotions and the frequencies of these emotions can become trapped in our body, creating stagnation, causing pain, creating symptoms, and they have a profound emotional and mental effect. And they're a major underlying root cause preventing us from conception. So how do we get these trapped emotions? We accumulate them throughout our lives. Often we experience wounds or traumas as children, and we're not able to process them because the strong and extremely scary emotions at the time, it feels like a threat to our survival. We suppress, we repress, we downplay. That's why sometimes we don't even remember these. But it continues to live on within our body, and it manifests physically as well. When emotions are not processed fully, they become stuck in our body, in our field. And as children and even babies, we can pick up on our caregivers' emotions and energies and hold on to them. And this also happens beyond childhood, because even as teens and adults, we may have wounding and traumatic experiences, but also as children, we've been taught more than likely to suppress our emotions, and we may repress without even knowing it. So just think back. Have you ever been told not to cry as a child? Or have you been told that it's not okay to be angry? Or were you shamed when you were experiencing big emotions? Put a 1 in the comments if you've had this experience. I have. And when we learn this as a child, we have a propensity to continue this through adulthood, and we collect these trapped emotions sometimes daily. Not to mention those of us that are sensitive and empathic and can take on others' emotions easily as well. And these emotions and the frequencies of these emotions can be stored in various areas or organs. And this again can be the root cause to so many signs, symptoms, and conditions, and especially fertility challenges. And when we identify the emotions that need to be released and the organs where it's held, we see significant and easeful shifts in your state, your health, your wellness, and your conception. Now, I do want to mention as well that one of the things we have to discuss when we're talking about conception and fertility is sex. What is our relationship to sex? What is our relationship with our partner when we're having sex? And this is something that we work through, again, with the divine feminine and masculine energies. And each of us, we each have those energies. And are they balanced? And if they're imbalanced, how do we work on them? How do we integrate them as well? And then again, that relationship to sex, I would say almost the majority of women have experienced some kind of sexual trauma or abuse. And so if we haven't come to terms with that, if we haven't processed and worked through that and integrated that, that can be having a influence and a block on our conception and fertility journey. And I'm here again to hold a loving, non-judgmental space for whatever you need to work through. And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. And so again, when we work through these emotions, these energies, all of this that's associated with, again, creating life, with bringing a baby into this world, this pillar of the protocol is so powerful and unique. And we also partner with the divine, with our higher power, our spiritual connection, our higher self, and our soul. And we access wisdom and discover how to nurture this relationship with the divine. And there are multiple ways that we do this, and some include divine muscle testing, which is an advanced form of kinesiology for those who are familiar with it, intuitive eating, as well as practices to ground ourselves in trust and faith, that in one way or another, this is all working out for us. This is all happening for us in divine timing and divine perfection. And I know sometimes that can be hard to accept. And that's okay. If you feel that way, that is absolutely valid how you feel. And can a small part of you, a glimmer of hope, trust that everything is working out exactly as it should be and as it needs to be? This is an example of how I integrate Eastern and Western approaches, alternative practices, along with my traditional healthcare background for a truly holistic and integrative experience. And when we work together, yes, I want you to conceive. And the journey just begins there. I want you to love your life, to have a healthy pregnancy, and for your baby to have the best start to life. That's when flow and alignment comes in all areas of your life. That's why I'm also including a resource list of doulas, midwives, lactation consultants, and more, so that you already have options for your support team ready to go. Because sometimes it can be a feeling of overwhelm or confusion or fear that stops you from getting pregnant because you don't know who's going to be there to support you, or what resources you're going to have, or all the work that takes to go into the resources. So I'm here to help you bridge that gap and to give you the resources that you need so you don't have to worry about it. And again, as you can feel this, as I'm talking about this, this quantumly also entangles with the integrative detox pillar as well, because this is not just, when I talk about detox, it's not just physical, it's emotional and mental detox that we do as well. And that's what happens in this emotional energetic section. And again, your limiting beliefs are going to shift because it's not just about the physical body. Put a 1 in the comments if that resonates, if you get that. Emotional energetics are the root cause of everything. When we see that we are energy and frequency and geometry, we realize that every single condition or symptom that we have has an energetic and emotional root. So depending on the unique symptoms that you experience, whether you may have PCOS or endometriosis, or menstruation disorders, hormonal imbalances, decreased sperm count, etc., there is a unique emotional energetic for each. So go ahead and put fertility in the comments if this is an area where you just got a light bulb moment, because many people do. This is what made a huge shift in my health journey and so many clients. And when you comment, I'll send you the link for the full masterclass series with the bonus trainings and resources. And if you are ready to explore these emotional energetics, how they're underlying fertility challenges so that you can conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and bring that beautiful baby home, put roadmap in the comments and click below to sign up and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. Now, the next section of emotional energetics is nervous system regulation. And when we are in a worried or stressed state, right? Have you ever been in a worried or stressed state? Put a 1 in the comments if you have. There's going to be lots of 1s there. Our nervous system shifts and we cannot heal or reproduce. When we're in this state, we are in fight or flight. We're in survival mode. And when we're stuck there and we can't move into a rest and digest and conceive state, healing can't occur. Regular body processes don't occur, and functions like reproduction, hormone production, digestion, detoxification, metabolism, etc., don't happen. So if we are constantly in a stressed state, then conception is that much harder. We need to be able to shift into rest, digest, and conceive state. And again, this goes with sex, right? We can't have sex and enjoy it if we're not relaxed. And many of us, again, have this stress from potentially past wounds and traumas, but from other things. We'll talk about how our nervous system is wired in a minute. So if we're, again, constantly in this fight or flight state, it's going to make it harder to conceive. We're not going to want to have sex as much. We're not going to enjoy it and look forward to it. And that is going to have, again, an emotional and energetic response to our conception and our fertility. So in addition to this, right, when our nervous system isn't regulated, we can also be eating all of the best organic food. Maybe we're even taking some supplements that may be totally clean and beneficial for us. Maybe we're even meditating and doing yoga classes. But if we keep shifting and staying in fight or flight the majority of the time, it's not helping you conceive. It's not helping you heal, and it's not helping you overcome your health challenges. It's not helping you have that baby in your arms. Your body's not able to utilize the goodness, and your body can't access its innate wisdom, heal and maintain health, fertility, and maintain a pregnancy. This is crucial for those who have experienced a loss, who have had a miscarriage. We need to be able to shift into rest and digest mode as often as possible. And the vagus nerve and vagal tone is a huge aspect of this, and is how gut health interplays, again, quantumly with our nervous system as well. For fertility conditions, this is a huge main underlying root cause. All of us have experienced some level of childhood wounds and traumas, but for some of us, these experiences literally rewire our nervous system to be more prone to fight or flight. It's not your fault. And this continues throughout our lives and into adulthood. So there are some of us that are more prone and likely to have medical conditions and fertility challenges because of the wiring of our nervous system from early on. This is an epidemic that no one is talking about. It is supported by research as well. There's something called the ACEs study by Kaiser Permanente that focuses on adverse childhood events and how that extrapolates into health conditions later on in life. This is a huge study. And this is the underlying root cause that shifts everything when we address it. And for those who sign up for the masterclass series, you'll get a special resource for you to assess your own ACEs. And we'll go in depth during the nervous system regulation video in the series as well. So make sure that you put fertility in the comments to get the link. And when I work with clients, I empower you by teaching you the techniques so that you can regulate your nervous system in seconds. And again, you can teach these techniques to your partner. You can have your partner join. And when you have your baby and your child growing up, you can teach them these techniques as well. When we regulate our nervous system, our inflammation goes down, our digestion improves, our hormone balance improves, our immunity improves, our mental and emotional states improve, and our fertility improves. We can conceive naturally, we can have a healthy pregnancy and beyond. This is something that no one talks about in the fertility world, and it makes the biggest difference. So if you're ready to experience the difference that nervous system regulation makes on your fertility journey, so that you can conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and bring that beautiful baby home, put roadmap in the comments, click below to sign up, and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. Now, the next component of that emotional energetic section is decoding your body's language, because our body communicates with us constantly. And when we learn to decipher its messages and address root causes rather than masking symptoms with Band-Aid solutions, we get pregnant. We can use how the body is presenting to give us clues, an understanding of what the most important underlying root causes are and how to address them for each person. When we think of fertility challenges, the body is putting up a flag that something is out of alignment, that we need to shift something. And when we see our fertility challenges and other signs and symptoms as clues, as beneficial, as helpful on our journey, we no longer resist them. We enter a state of acceptance, of flow, of love, and we enter into union with our body as our ally. We no longer shun our body or see the signs and symptoms as bad. We understand that it is all good. In some ways, it is protecting us, and it is here for us. Can you feel the shift in energy around that? Put a 1 in the comments if you feel that. How would that change your experience if you saw these challenges, these symptoms as beneficial? They were just helping you, set you up for your own health and wellness and your baby's health and wellness in the future. Can you trust in that? Can you trust in the divine's plan? Like I shared in my personal journey earlier in the first part of the masterclass, I was doing a lot of things that I thought were healthy and were supposed to be helping me. But because they weren't in alignment with my body, this is where I'm going to try not to cry fully, but I get very emotional about this because it is so profound and so important. So like I shared in my personal journey, I was doing all of these things that were supposed to be healthy, but they weren't in alignment with my body and where I was on my journey. They were actually a detriment to my health. And I wasn't paying attention to the messages my body was giving me. It was screaming at me. And I kept ignoring it, and I kept pushing and pushing. Until, again, I lost my period for months on end, and I had to start rebuilding back. So when we do this work, there's a level of consciousness and awareness that we bring when we really start paying attention to our body and what it's communicating. And we allow this to guide in our decisions. Ultimately, our body is the gold standard when making health decisions. We're going to go over some decoding techniques in a minute, but I really want to emphasize this. Our body's responses to whatever we try is the gold standard. This is how our body communicates with us, and we need to listen to it. That's why when I work with clients, I partner with them on their health journey. I make recommendations based on evidence-based practice, which looks at the research, my experiences and knowledge, training, and the experiences I've had working with clients, and your experiences, the client's experiences. Because you, each client, you are your own ultimate judge. You make the final decision to do only what feels in alignment with you. This is one of the biggest differentiating factors compared to working with me versus other practitioners who just give you a list of supplements and send you on your way, or give you a medication, and they don't check in. They don't see how it feels with you. They don't help you work through the challenges that come up, the questions that you have. That's why I built my protocol and system in a way that I am here to support you, and I'm here to guide you on your journey. We tap into your body's innate wisdom to access exactly what is in the highest and greatest good for you in any moment, using divine muscle testing and learning the signs and symptoms that the body gives us. We work with intuitive eating, at-home tests, and lab work. We also work with the geometry and morphic fields of certain organs, detoxification pathways, and your body in general, so that it supports you on your fertility journey for conception. And my approach is empowering. I don't want you to rely on me forever. I'm here to teach you the tools so that you can go on and even teach others if you want to be a practitioner, but also for yourself. Have this knowledge and this wisdom within you that you know how to take care of your health and wellness going forwards. I'm always here as a resource, but you don't need to rely on me. This decoding the body is the root cause of anything that you've tried in the past and it hasn't worked for you. Because whatever it was, it may not be bad. It just wasn't in alignment with you, your body, and where you are on your fertility journey. So how powerful would it be to access this knowledge from within your body? How much would that change your fertility experience? How much ease and joy would that bring to your life? How much would that free up your precious resources of time and money and energy? And how empowered would you feel? Put fertility in the comments if this is an area that you realize has been out of alignment with your fertility journey so far. And I'll send you the link again for the full masterclass series, bonus trainings and resources. And if you're ready to discover the power of decoding your body and addressing the root causes of your fertility challenges so that you can conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and bring that beautiful baby home, put a roadmap in the comments and click below and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. Now we're going into the comprehensive gut health and healing section of this root cause. So in part 1, we connected gut health as the underlying root cause of hormonal imbalances and various conditions associated that are the root causes of fertility challenges. And now we'll dive deep into the aspects of gut health that go way beyond just taking a probiotic. Probiotics are just a tiny part of the overall picture of gut health. We need to look at healing and sealing leaky gut and our gut wall lining. We need to decrease inflammation. We need to optimize digestion and make sure that we have a nourishing diet. We need to detoxify safely and effectively. These are all crucial. And the most important thing that I want you to get from this is that when we improve gut health, we improve hormonal health. And therefore, we improve your fertility. It's a direct connection because our gut health and microbiome has been called the second brain because of how influential it is over our entire health and well-being. And I argue that it's our first brain. The gut-brain axis is a two-way communication between the brain, the gut, and the microbiome. And it affects and impacts not just digestion and physical issues, including fertility, but also mental health conditions such as depression and anxiety. The gut and the brain are connected through the largest nerve in the body called the vagus nerve. Again, this is where it all integrates quantumly with that nervous system regulation piece. And through this, they communicate both ways. So there are also additional pathways because there's complex functioning of the gut-brain axis, which includes various chemical messengers, the endocrine system, gut hormones, and neurotransmitters. And many of these hormones and neurotransmitters are actually made in the gut, making our gut the most powerful and personalized pharmacy in the world. And it sends chemical messengers and hormones to the brain throughout the body to enable our thousands of processes in our body to detoxify, to repair cells, to have our metabolism, and to conceive, and more, lots more. But if our gut lining is healthy and our microbiome is in balance, our body has a profound ability to conceive naturally and self-heal from any chronic conditions because this is where hormonal health starts. And although the research is just catching up to this, Hippocrates said thousands of years ago, all disease begins in the gut. This is ancient wisdom that has proven to be true for chronic conditions, and it does affect every process in the body. Now, We're going to talk about leaky gut. And I also want to mention that the research is barely doing anything. They are just beginning to start exploring this. With gut health, there are proven solutions, proven protocols that I've personally gone through. I've gone through with my daughter as well. So this is not something that is just theory or a research experiment. This is something that thousands of people have experienced, the healing and the power of gut healing. And this is real. I want to emphasize this, that this isn't just something that was like a research experiment. This isn't something that someone just read in a book. This is something that I've lived and my daughter's lived, and I've helped dozens of other clients with, and there are thousands of other people who have experienced this healing as well. So when we talk about leaky gut, that's a term that gets used a lot. Essentially, our gut wall has a lining, okay? And so there are spaces in this gut wall. So this is going to be a demonstration, right? There's some spaces there. But when our food is passing through our digestive system, these spaces are supposed to allow broken down food particles to enter into our bloodstream, our lymphatic system, and be circulated through our body, etc. But it's supposed to block toxins, viruses, etc., and undigested food particles from passing through, essentially, right? Now, what ends up happening is with inflammation, with toxin exposure, right? A lot of toxin exposure, with high sugar diets, with a lot of processed foods. Again, toxin exposure, we'll talk about that more in the integrative detox section. Those spaces actually get bigger. That gut wall lining stops functioning appropriately. So now those spaces are big. And now toxins are easily able to enter our bloodstream and into our circulation. Large food particles are able to enter, creating inflammation, food allergies, autoimmunity. Viruses are able to enter and pass through. This is where chronic inflammation, chronic disease begins. Because when these enter the bloodstream, they create inflammation, they trigger an immune response, and this can lead to various conditions. Again, all sorts of autoimmunity, food allergies, but also endometriosis, PCOS, irritable bowel syndrome, and more. These are all inflammatory-based conditions. So we need to be aware of our digestion. Is our digestion optimized? Are we breaking down food particles appropriately? And for the majority of people, it's a no. And I have a fun at-home test that when we work together, you do. And then you give me your results and I tell you the next steps. And you get to uncover and really explore how your digestion's functioning and how you can support it. And then I often hear about probiotics because, yes, there is a huge microbiome in our gut, which is trillions of microorganisms that work together in balance. And probiotics can be helpful. But sometimes they help and sometimes they don't, because as you can see, gut health is not just our microbiome. It is a big part of it, but it's not just that. So just probiotics alone are not enough to heal a leaky gut wall and rebalance the gut microbiome. That's why when we work together, I delve beyond supplements or just probiotics. We look at gut health as a whole. We look at nurturing your microbiome. We look at healing the gut wall. We look at supporting optimal digestion. We look at detoxification, etc. This is all a cornerstone of health. This is not found in a pill. It is not found in a magic juice or drink. We are literally working with our body as an ally to help support its natural processes. Because yes, the gut microbiome does need to be balanced. When there's an overgrowth, so with all these microorganisms, there's bacteria, there's viruses, there's fungi, there's yeasts, there's parasites. They all have a role. And the expression of our microbiome, essentially, shows us what's going on at the inside. So we need to work with our microbiome, absolutely, but it's more than that, just for gut health. We also look at the energies and emotions associated with certain pathogens. So many of us may have a candida overgrowth, or we may have issues with parasites, or we may have a certain bacterial overgrowth. We look at the energy heal leaky gut, we heal and seal the leaky gut, we optimize the gut microbiome, we optimize digestion. And again, there's some of us that may have experienced where we're taking supplements or medications long term. And this also goes for like using fiber or celery juicing to have bowel movements. These are not addressing the root cause. They, especially the supplements and medication, they actually add to our toxin load and are just temporary fixes. They're Band-Aid solutions, and we really need to focus on the root causes to heal. And again, there's contributing factors such as antibiotic use. This destroys gut health. And at times, yeah, it may be necessary. There's a few situations where it is necessary, but most of the time it isn't, and it's highly, highly overused. This is such a detriment to our gut health, our gut microbiome. And you know what? Maybe you had to use them. I had to use them at a certain point as well. And so what we need to do is we need to focus on rebuilding gut health after. Again, this is what I specialize in. This is what I love. This is what I have personal experience with, client with experience with, research. It all comes together with gut health. And there are protocols that need to be customized to each individual in the phase of your journey. So put fertility in the comments if you are ready to experience optimal digestion, reap the benefits of healing your gut so that you can conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and get to hold that beautiful baby. And then put roadmap in the comments and click below to sign up and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. Now, the subcategory of gut health is holistic nutrition and nourishment. So when we look at this, we need to nourish our body optimally with real food for optimal fertility and conception. When we work together, we focus on ensuring that you're getting proper nourishment for your body to function, to conceive, and to maintain a healthy pregnancy. We also need to optimize your digestion, like I mentioned earlier. First, we need to identify how our digestion is working and where it needs support to be optimized. Because again, we can be eating all of these amazing, healthy, nourishing foods, but if we're not able to break them down appropriately, then they can actually be creating inflammation in our body, and our body's not getting any utilization out of them. And then we also need to discover if there are foods that are creating inflammation and potentially an immune response. What is our body not able to digest? What is not in alignment with our body? Again, this is where that decoding your body quantumly entangles here. We need to remove certain foods at times and focus on eating nutrient-dense, highly nourishing foods instead. I'm here to help you figure this out. This is such a bio-individual process, and I'm here to help you work through it and at the same time not make your life more stressful than it needs to be. Especially when we're focusing on conceiving, we don't want to do a crazy elimination diet. We don't want to deprive more than we need to. We need to focus on nourishment because your body needs to be well nourished to have high quality sperm, high quality eggs, and to be able to maintain a healthy pregnancy. So we focus on what is it that you're eating? How do we ensure that you're getting the proper nourishment for your body to function and to conceive? How do we optimize digestion for absorption and utilization of vitamins and minerals? How are we preparing and cooking our food? That matters. It can improve our digestion and the nourishment that we're able to use. I work with you to create a nourishing plan so that you feel confident knowing what to eat and how. And when your baby's here, I'm here to help guide you through food introduction for baby and helping them with a healthy, nourishing first experience with food as well. And personally, I focus on whole foods as much as possible. Food is medicine and healing when we know how to use it. So what if I could teach you how to use real food to support your body to conceive and support your baby through a healthy pregnancy and beyond for optimal health? Not supplements, not medication, just supporting your body's innate wisdom with the nourishment we provide it. Now, again, when we look at holistic nourishment, it's not just about food. This also encompasses movement, right? How are we nourishing our body with nourishing movement? And again, this needs to be aligned for healthy fertility because like I mentioned, I was exercising before, but it was not in alignment with me with what was healthy for me on my journey. So we need to make sure that we are matching that we're decoding your body and doing what is in alignment with it. And then nourishing our mind, right? We mentioned earlier that the words that we use and the identity that we give ourselves has a profound impact. That was in the part 1 of the masterclass. Again, if you haven't watched that yet, put fertility in the comments and I'll send you the full masterclass list, series link. But it's also, right, nourishing our mind. What are the thoughts that we're thinking? What are we focusing on? How are we speaking to ourselves? What beliefs are we holding on to, and more? How are we nourishing our souls? Are we expressing our creativity? Are we connecting with our higher power? What state are we in the majority of the time? Is it anger, frustration, anxiety, and fear? Or are we experiencing grace and forgiveness and gratitude, compassion, and love on a regular basis? Again, this is where the emotional, energetic piece entangles. And we also need to be aware of our environment, our relationships, our family dynamics, our business, our career, and see if that's nourishing for us. So this is just a quick tip. When we're talking about nourishment, we're talking about food, right? And one of the things that I can globally say for everyone is to avoid processed food as much as possible. Focus on organic food, high quality animal products, nourishing foods, and fat. Put a 1 in the comments if this is maybe new for you. Because many of us were raised, I know, again, I was on a low-fat diet at one point. I didn't realize the importance of fat for hormone regulation, hormone production, hormone support. So we need to be eating fat. Now, again, the kinds of fat and the amounts, etc., that's where we get individualized and customized. But don't be afraid of fat. Don't be afraid of animal products. Those are nourishing. Our body knows what to do with those, and they are so much more nutritious than the protein bar or the processed food that may say it has 1,000% of vitamin D on the label. I assure you, your body is not getting 1,000% of vitamin D, B, or whatever it is. The amount that we're actually able to utilize out of processed food is so low. Plus, processed foods has all of these chemicals, additives, preservatives. Our body doesn't know what to do with those, and it adds a toxin load for us. So again, global statement, eat as real whole food as possible. Organic, quality animal products. And if you are ready to experience holistic nourishment on all of these levels for healthy conception and pregnancy, put roadmap in the comments and click below to sign up and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. Now, this last step of the gut health section is integrative detoxification. Now, I want to mention again that with conception, what I'm talking about is not a one-off detox or a cleanse. That can be dangerous when you're trying to conceive because you don't want to be mobilizing a bunch of toxins or heavy metals in your body that can affect your baby and cause a miscarriage or will just prevent conception in the first place. We want to safely and effectively detoxify. And this is discovering how to open your innate detox pathways. We have built-in detox pathways. We want to support our detox organs, and we want to understand and work with the interplay of emotions, energetics, and the nervous system on a holistic mind, body, and soul level. And with fertility challenges, oftentimes people who can't conceive or who haven't conceived yet, right? Let's be aware of our wording, who haven't conceived yet, they have a high toxin load. This can be from previously, or it can be ongoing toxin exposure. This affects our immune system. It affects our hormonal balance. Our detoxification pathways may be congested. These are things that I commonly see with fertility challenges. So again, a couple tips. We need to be aware of the toxins in our environment. The average person is exposed to 700 toxic chemicals on a daily basis. So again, your personal products, your environment, take a look at what's on the label. What chemicals are actually in there? There are easy and quick replacements and switches that you can make that are going to make a big difference. And again, just toxin exposure in our environment, non-organic foods, glyphosate or Roundup exposure. Don't spray your yard. Don't spray your yard, please. All of these affect our fertility, our gut health, and the toxin load that our body has to work with. So now, what are some other examples, right? Vaccination is one. When we get a vaccine, there are toxins in there. There's heavy metals in there, chemicals. And now our immune system has an added load to deal with that. And our detox pathways have to work really hard to detoxify that. That is something that, again, not many people are talking about, but that absolutely affects fertility. Medications as well. I don't prescribe medication. Often, if you look at medication, they are synthetic. They have chemicals, they have additives, they have preservatives. That, again, increases our toxin load. I use a holistic and natural approach that addresses the root causes and will ultimately help you get pregnant without medication. Now, the other components of that, I mentioned that again in the first masterclass. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it, is our EMF exposure. So Wi-Fi, right? It's everywhere around us. So one thing that you can do is limit your wireless devices. Get hard lines, essentially connections. Turn off your Wi-Fi as much as you can. For men, don't carry your phone in your pocket next to your testes. This is something that is really important and does affect fertility. Again, it's a simple switch. It's a simple change. You just have to bring consciousness and awareness to it. Other things are, again, we talked about food. We talked about personal products. Let's also talk about supplements. I mentioned earlier, supplements can actually be a toxin load. And that's why I like to work with whole food as much as possible. Occasionally, there are some supplements that I might recommend, but they are the cleanest possible. And oftentimes we are working with whole foods. So again, if you want to learn more about this myth about supplements, because they are synthetic, they are increasing our toxin load, go ahead and just put supplements in the comments and I'll give you the link for that video where I go in depth as well. And that's the beauty, is that when we work together, you won't have hundreds of dollars of supplements to buy each month. We're using real food. And the other thing is that when we're looking at our detoxification pathways, right, we may be holding on to toxins, which may be increasing inflammation, increasing reactivity in our immune system, and decreasing our fertility if we're not able to detoxify, if our pathways are not open. Put a 1 in the comments if that makes sense. So there are multiple different detoxification pathways that, again, are natural, innate in our body. Examples are, the organs, the liver, the gallbladder, the lungs, the skin, the lymphatics, our colon, and digestion. And in the Radiant Health Protocol, I have different modules and protocols that we work with and customize for you. And again, just a overall general statement for everyone. You want to be pooping daily. You want to be having a bowel movement daily, which is something that most people struggle with. They don't. And that's a sign that that colon detoxification pathway is congested. You want to be having a full bowel movement daily. Now, if you aren't, don't panic. That's where we work together and I create your custom plan so that we can start opening that detoxification pathway, supporting it so that your body can detoxify naturally and safely. Again, there's nobody that wouldn't benefit from improving their digestion and their bowels. So again, these are crucial root causes, right? These detoxification pathways supporting our detoxification organs. And also one other thing I want to mention is that you may have heard people doing a parasite cleanse or a heavy metal cleanse or a candida cleanse, etc., or detox. These are harsh. And whatever that may be, maybe it's candida or parasites, they actually have a purpose. And by supporting your detoxification pathways and organs, you're actually able to detoxify them naturally. Because have you ever heard of a person who did a detox and they felt horrible after, or their health actually had a big decline after? It's because they weren't able to detoxify well. Their pathways were clogged. So this is crucial because on our fertility journey, we need to make sure that we are limiting and decreasing toxins as much as possible. Another thing I'll mention is xenoestrogens. These are synthetic estrogens. They are in plastics. They are in so many, again, chemicals, additives, preservatives, etc. Soy. We need to make sure that we are avoiding these as much as possible. These are just general statements for everyone. And again, we go so much deeper and create your custom protocol when we work together. So these are all affecting our fertility. In addition to stagnant energies or frequencies, maybe even negative energies in our homes or within our fields, limiting beliefs and old wounds and traumas that we need to heal. Because again, it's not just about the physical body. And this is where, again, it quantumly entangles with the emotional energetics components, with decoding our body, with regulating our nervous system. It is all connected. Then again, like I mentioned earlier, we may need to detoxify our environment or our relationships or our career or business aspects, right? There's certain things that we may need to release and let go of if they're no longer aligned with us, especially when we're talking about fertility. So I mentioned earlier, but I do this process in the Holistic Detox Mini Retreat and program. So if you're interested in learning more about just that portion of the protocol, go ahead and comment retreat and I'll get you information for that. And if you're ready to go deep, support your natural detoxification so that you can conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and get to hold that beautiful baby, put roadmap in the comments and click the button below to sign up and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. So let's take a moment now that you know the protocol, you know the underlying root causes. Let's think of what is missing on your journey. Because some of us may have already tried diet, or maybe we've tried, a detox or something like that, right? What are the missing aspects? And how amazing would it be to have all of these pillars working together for you and your fertility journey and the highest health and wellness potential, not just of you, your partner, but your baby as well? How much would that change your fertility experience? How much ease and joy would that bring to your life? And how much would that change your relationship with your partner, with your other children if you have them, with family members, with friends? How would it impact your business, your career, your parenting, your finances? How much would that free up your precious resources of time, money, and energy? And how empowered would you feel? Because it's all about alignment and working through these 6 pillars together quantumly. It is all connected. The body is holistic. It is quantum. It is a universe, and we cannot pick it apart and only work on one thing at a time. And that's why you haven't gotten pregnant yet, is you've only been focusing on one area. So we need to address all of these 6 pillars together that are the underlying root causes. Now, I want to also spend some time on your next steps because there are options for you. You have lots to do. And some of you want to take this information and this experience and figure it out on your own for your fertility journey. And I'm here to support you no matter what. You're going to get so much benefit from the rest of the masterclass series and all the resources that are included in there. So again, make sure to put fertility in the comments to get that for free. This is for you for free so that I can support you no matter what. And then some of you want a little extra help. That's why I have the affordable and powerful Natural Fertility Roadmap. I've created it just for you so that no matter what stage you're in on your fertility journey, you can get started now. Just put roadmap in the comments and I'll get you the link. And then I also offer that discounted consultation for those who want to skip the mistakes, who want expert guidance and a custom plan, and who want to get pregnant faster by working together. With this, you get a holistic assessment and evaluation. You get a one-on-one consultation from which we'll create your individualized plan, resources specific to you, and customized solutions. So what does this look like once you go to the website and sign up, right? You enter your information, and then right away you get a confirmation email that has forms to fill out and a link to schedule your consult. And I spend a good amount of time going over these forms to identify what the root causes are for you and your history. So you want to be sure to fill those out before scheduling so that we can make the most out of this initial fertility consult for you. The consultations are on Zoom, they are private, and throughout the consult, I'll have follow-up questions based on what you filled out, and I'll hold space for you to share your experiences, ask questions, and more. And based on all this information, we'll come up with your custom plan together that is effective and feels good to you, something that's not overwhelming, and will focus on what's most important for your fertility journey. After the consultation, I'll send you the resources we went over so you have support with implementation, and you'll also have the option to upgrade to a full month of support or other support packages where you get access to me via email, you get access to the private community, access to the full Radiant Health protocol and all the resources, an opportunity to connect with others in the community, 2 group coaching sessions, Q&As, troubleshooting. You get to ask me any questions that come up. Even at 2 a.m, I am here to support you. That's why I provide these monthly support packages, because I think back to my early days in my journey. I had so many questions. I felt so lost. And I didn't want others to have that experience. And so with either the Natural Fertility Roadmap alone or with a comprehensive consultation, if you want to conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and bring that beautiful baby home, put Roadmap in the comments, click below to sign up, and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. It's currently 91% off for a limited time. Click below, get the results that you want, and the support that you need to conceive naturally and have a healthy pregnancy and beyond. Wishing you all the best on your fertility journey and with your loved ones, and I'm here to support you in any way.